ruined this dog.
I did not ruin her. She is perfectly fine the way she is. She's a little bit spoiled. She's not ruined. She's not ruined. She's ruined. Nope. You're so majestic. What is it, my baby? Dude. So we're going to start doing this now. I'm going to just follow you around filming. How do you feel about that?
A little bit awkward, not gonna lie. Because I can't look at you, I gotta look at the camera. Because if I look at you, then I'm not looking at the camera.
Yeah. Well, if I hold the camera right here in front of my face, well, then it cuts off your head because I'm so short.
So we're going to your mother's house to put in a stove and a microwave.
So I don't know what. Okay, so you know the microwave's been all busted up for like years from Daddy, and then he like took packaging tape to try to fix it.
Yeah, that's classic.
Yeah, classic redneck ingenuity at work. I'm surprised he used packaging tape and not duct tape, just to be honest. Or
You know what? It's not stupid if it works.
this is true, but yeah, when her stove went out a few weeks ago, she found that she could get from Home Depot, I think, a new stove and microwave vent hood combo all for like $700. So she bought that, so we're gonna help her get that put in.
So it started out with a stove. Now it's a stove and a microwave.
When she first asked if
Now
we
maybe
put it
there's some
in,
ceiling
that it was
fans in
stove and
play.
microwave. Okay, we told her we would help her with the ceiling fans like after Daddy died.
Bait and switch.
Have I told you she wants to sell the house? The house is very old. It's not in good shape. And since Daddy passed, it's just too much for her to try to take care of on her own. So it's in bad shape. There's like the plumbing, because the part of the house was started in the 60s or 70s, started to be built by Jim Walter Homes. But the people that bought the property and then commissioned the home to be built didn't have it surveyed or something correctly first, or Jim Walters didn't look at the surveyor map correctly and built half the home on someone else's property, so they ceased building the house.
Well, that's nuts.
Yeah, so when my grandparents bought the house in the 70s, they bought it unfinished and had to buy a portion of the acreage that it was built onto, as well as the acreage that the other people had bought. So then what that led to was they finished out the house, and I love my granny and papa to death, but they had a little bit of a tendency to do things on the cheap. So there's a lot of things about the house. They also made additions to the house and changes to the house. So one of the biggest problems the house has is plumbing. You've got galvanized plumbing running into PVC plumbing. And like every winter, the pipes mess up at those junctions where they've tried to connect PVC and galvanized together. Like, why? I don't know why they wouldn't replace it. Well, actually, I do. I just stated it. They were cheap. The whole backside addition of the house, I don't even think has insulation in it, because they hired somebody to do it and they did it as cheap as possible. When my parents tried to start some remodeling a few years ago, we were pulling up, instead of replacing, like when they would put new carpet down in the house, my grandparents, instead of like pulling up the old carpet and putting down fresh new carpet padding and new carpet, they would just layer the new carpet on top of the old carpet so they wouldn't have to buy carpet padding. We pulled up 3 different types of shag carpet. There was brown shag on top of red and black shag on top of green shag carpet, just layered up on top of locally milled hardwood floors that were there's a mill in Moreland that all this hardwood, it's like inch or maybe like 2 inch wide, 1/4 inch thick hardwood, milled 10-15 miles from the house, that's in that house that they covered with 3 layers of shag carpet and linoleum. I mean, it's just a real problematic house, and I don't think she'll get very much for it, but if she can get it, because it's completely paid for, but if she can get enough to at least buy a tiny house and put it somewhere, then that's great, and or still not have a house payment, then I know that's Daddy would be happy with that. We would all be happy with that, because we have told her and Daddy for years, my sisters and my brother and I, that when they die, we're just taking that house and pushing it off into the holler and just setting it on fire and just having a big bonfire, because it's a crap house. Probably shouldn't add any of that into the vlog until it's sold. Are you obsessed with her dog?
Well, she's obsession worthy.
She is.
So today was a bust.
Major
Bust.
bust.
Showed up with a working microwave,
Working microwave, non-working
not
stove.
working stove. Now there is no microwave and no stove.
Yeah.
The microwave needed exhaust out of the top, right?
It either had to be vented through the roof or the wall.
The back.
And
we had neither.
no, she should have bought one that just like basically blew it back in your face, like what we have in our kitchen that sucks.
Yeah. And the stove, this gas stove, we didn't have the right fittings for it, and it also didn't fit in the slot in the counter space for it. So we got to come back with a skill saw.
I mean,
whatever else.
It was
Yeah.
skill saw,
Wood glue.
Things. We just need things. Things to do things.
Better luck next time.
Better luck next time.